Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to Let's Play Factorio, where today we're on a mission, and our mission is a highly important one. We are off to try and make sure we're going to get this nuclear reactor up and running. Do you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to assign that a slot, which is really annoying, because we're going to end up having to ghost stuff, but that's okay. We're going to give ourselves a couple of these into our bag. That's fine. We'll put the rest there because we'll be getting those ghosted as well on the most part. And we'll be getting the bots to do all the work. We just need to put some of those in our inventory as well, and that should be fine. The other thing, of course, we need is for the cover enrichment to actually get going. As you can see, we're still struggling on like even our copper supply now, because we've been hammering the copper for making these parts, so everything is struggling. But what we need is the cover rack to get through, and I already have 5 more centrifuges made. And we are heading down now to start sort of barring off the area and working out how we're gonna lay out our nuclear plant. We can lay it down, but ultimately we still have a few things to do with just working out how to actually lay out things like getting the fuel up and running, because we're not there yet. But hopefully our cover enrichment process will help with at least having the fuel ready, and it will just be making the fuel containers. But I'll get down there and I'll start laying some of the area out, and I'll bring you in a bit. Okay, so for starters here, at the moment, while cover rack is still going, I've put in some walls which I'll be having bots getting on with right now. They'll be building this network as well, which I'm setting up here. And the whole purpose behind this is going to be to provide basically a system for just one, supporting the building of this nuclear area, and 2, just making sure that we can protect this area. So one of the things behind that, I'll stick this, we'll be building it. We're going to be putting down many of these laser guns. These laser guns are great. Ultimately, no need for ammo, no need for anything much else, just making sure that you've really got them laid out with a nice distance. And I'm going to do that, and then I can copy this like so. Says, and one, I can place it there. What I should do is I need to make it a little bit larger, so I can just place round the other one there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. About there somewhere. Not quite enough every time, but that's okay. The bots will repair this. This is another reason for having this network here. If anything should go wrong in the future, like when we get inevitably attacked by our friendly dickhead aliens. But I shall just, for now, at least, lay this out like this along this bottom edge, and that will stop the aliens along there. Now look, there wasn't quite enough room for one there, but that's okay, because I shall stick one here and I shall stick one here, and then here we'll work out another sort of routing Again, not too far apart like that. Normally I try and space them evenly, so as it's like that, and then you can sort of get them at that distance, and it should be able to be enough. You should be able to get them. Right, if we put like that one right there on that edge, we should be able to put that one on that edge, and if this one's at the right distance, it'll go on that edge. And it's a good use for these wooden power poles because it means then they're not too far apart. And it should be like that, and we can just blueprint that, and we're gonna run that all the way up the side. Come on, copy. It's slightly leaning on the keyboard there and it's not liking it. And then we're just going to blueprint that, and the bots will get on the case. And this will help keep this area defended, though it's going to cost me in materials quite heavily. But nonetheless, it will help keep this area very well defended. Unfortunately, I haven't put this wall all the way up. I'm kind of banking on them not deciding not to attack all the way up. Like, personally, I think that's as far as I need to go. I mean, I could end up paying for this later as a mistake if they go round there. But if they're going to be attracted, they're going to be attracted from here, and it's going to be these groups, and they're going to come in here. If these groups get attracted, I'm assuming they'll come over here towards these walls. Hopefully, maybe. Because if nuclear gets attacked, it gets very expensive. But again, we have the joyous sight of the bots coming in to rescue everything, and Kathrineok is complete. And the other thing it will probably be very handy to have, if we can have it, which we can't, we need gold science to have these chests: active provider chest, active request, or a requester chest. I love requester chests, but I'm clearly not going to be able to do requester chests without gold science, and gold science is just not feasible at the moment. So the next one I think we need is going to be nuclear reprocessing. So we'll start that while we're working on building out this nuclear area, and the bots are working on building out this defensive structure. So, nuclear area. Right. What do we need? Firstly, we need several pumps and enough space to make this work. So let's try and work out our scale here. So we are going to need... I can't see our reactors in here. Right. The layout I normally do is a 4 reactor jobby. And that 4 reactor jobby goes very much one here. I think they're right next to each other. So one here or one here. Like that. Yep, that's correct. But I'm now going to pick that up again just so I can ghost it. Now there is a better way of ghosting, but I'm going to go there and there. And the reason you want them like this is because this gives you a boost. If you read it, it says use uranium blah blah blah, but somewhere here it says use uranium fuel cells to generate heat. The heat output increases when built next to other reactors, and this heat output increase is very significant. That increase is quite massive. So ultimately you want them built next to others, because those others are really going to help boost you. So what you need to do is remember that you haven't got lots of this. Start sticking that through. We need to actually, I need to work out how to do this again. I need something like this to here. I think it's got to reach as far as it can. You want like a belt going all the way around here. So let's just start off with a belt going all the way around. You want it one out on those sides so it can feed the fuel in. And this will have to go probably around the same, going the other way. I need to get some pipe work in here. This is hard to do from memory because I genuinely do not 100% remember how this goes. No, that's got to go that. What's going on? Why can't I place? Place! Thank you. Don't know what was going on there. And it goes into night mode. So then you need these. And these we need to go, he says, pipe around the outside. Sorry, I'm going to be talking to myself in a strange way for a minute. So pipe around the outside. You need like groups of 6 with one of those tubes going like that. Go there, that. So this one, you need to put this through the gap here, like so. That should be enough. And then you go another 3 like that. And then you turn it, then you put pipe down the middle. So you have pipe here, pipe here. These have to connect into a pump. I think you can only get like 12 on a pump. So I can't remember how many you get on a pump. Something like that. Then you got undergrounders here going to the other side of this for the next 12, because you're going to sort of copy this over. So that goes to there. That is there. That's fine. That goes to there. And I think what I'm going to do is bring that to the... Right, let's go from there to here. This is just kind of arbitrary at the moment. I'm going to wish I brought it one closer, but there you go. That's fine. There'll be another one because there's another... I need another pump there. So we'll bring 2 here. No, I can't see. That's got 1. It's got 1. Okay, that's got that to there, and we'll bring that across. And it goes to what will be a pump there. And apparently a pump there as well. Not quite sure why they went out of step like that, but hopefully now if I put the offshore pumps in, which I should have, I'm sure I had a couple of offshore pumps already in my bag, but I can't see them. Why can I never see them? Normally if you hover over it and you have it, it flashes up. Like, you see, look, they did it then. It's flashing, but I don't see it. So let's make, I need 4. So let's make some. There you go. Oh, I can't, what? Oh. That's because I need it there. And, oh, there. Okay. So that will have to go that way, and we'll put that, oh, not there, there, and we'll bring it in that way. So those will be the water pipes. There we go. I forgot to put the alt on. So that now will bring the water down to there. And we have the water in here. Perfect. This we will now copy, and there we go, we'll copy that in its entirety with that bit as well. That's going to overlap there, I think, pretty much. This bit is going to be slightly different, so I need it to go to here, but then there'll just be a pipe going on to the next set, which will basically be the same. If I go to the paste again, I will be pasting it like pretty much that says, and then I'll have to fix it again in a second. So those come down, but this bit is not required, and we'll just hook them up together. So round like that, round like that. And I think that is enough. You have 12 per jobby. So you got 2 of these, so that's 12, 6 and 6, 6 and 6. So that should bring all of these together. So that should be 12 and 12. Now, are we in reach of the construction zone? Not entirely. This one might have to move in a bit. It's going to go there for now, but it might have to move later. There you go. Let's bring that over there. But yeah, this might have to move when I actually work out the rest of this layout. So what we've got to do is bring this down, and oh, I've already finished reprocessing. Right, I've only just noticed that. Automation 3, that might be handy, so we'll grab that one. They've got many other techs we can pick up later, but we'll grab that one. So this then puts steam. These are steam. These need to go out without connecting to the other bits here. Let's get rid of that one and get rid of that one so I can see what's going on. So here we'll be passing through. I don't know if I can do, I think I can do this with yellows. I think yellows can bridge it enough. So I'll be passing through like so. The steam. So the steam will go from here where we had the undergrounders before. It will go down to, I think I just need to pipe it, if I remember rightly. This seems all wrong. So I pipe down. I know there's two rows of belts here because I have to get the uranium stuff in and out. So basically the fuel comes in and out here, gets dropped by different inserters onto here, goes around and goes back out again. Yeah, that's the grand scheme of things. So while we've got the enrichment, let's have a look at that for a second while these guys are working on this, and that will be hammering my supply. We do have enough uranium to make this work. So let's have a look at enrichment a second, because that's the next mission. So the next mission is cover rack enrichment. We need ingredients 40, 235, and 5 uranium 238, and that produces it produces 41 235. So you basically get one back, one extra every time around the loop. So it's a bit of fun, this, because you actually have to get it so it sorts itself properly into the right bits, because you want certain uranium going around a certain loop to help make what you want. Then we get into reprocessing later. You get a used fuel cell, and you use that used fuel cell to make more 238, but you can actually use it to make some 235 as well, and all sorts of fun things like that. So we are a way off having the 40. So that is slightly depressing. I thought it was only 10, but clearly I am wrong. So at least for now, what we'll do is we will chuck down just one of these plants, and I'm basically going to copy this and put down another set of these to try and get this bringing as much of the 238 as I can get. And I will put down these, and the bots can do the rest. Dum, dum, and dum. And I'm going to put one extra down because I can spare it, I believe. So again, we will just grab that, and we will grab that, and this will do the rest. So the bots will get on with that, and that will up the amount we are sending through this process, which should up the amount that we're getting here. So from this side of things, we need to take the one that we've got that actually produces extra, and we'll put that on enrichment. Now this process, I believe, takes a fair amount of time, 60, so ultimately we'll be looking at having more of these down the line. But first we've got to get the raw material we need to get started. Once we get started, we can actually switch away from producing the raw material here to producing it here. It's a bit complicated. So, for now, the plan is as follows. We're going to take how am I going to do this? Alright, let's go. Alright, so is this box full yet? No, it's not. That box isn't full yet, but it will get full very quickly because we don't use very much of this. So you need to work out a recycle system, and it's a very important recycle system. So what we'll do is we stick this here, and this is going to filter, is going to output priority Is it right? I can't remember. Output priority left. But it's going to filter for 235. And it's going to take that 235 and it's going to chuck it all over to this machine. Let's go actually directly this way. Oop, wrong way. Wrong way, this way. So it's going to take all that 235 and chuck it in here. And I'm going to take this 235 and I'm just going to chuck it in here. And I'm going to chuck that in there as well. Now, in addition to that, at the moment, we're going to put those boxes back in a second. We're going to shift the priority again in a minute and try and work out a better way of doing this, because I should have moved this over by one to do it, because I need to put the other one there until it gets full, and then I'm going to box the rest for now. Eventually I won't need to box the rest, but what I need to do is go output priority right on, oh no, I can't do it like that. I've got to go output priority right. Hang on, need to figure this out. Output priority right and filter. Yeah, filter the 235. Oh no, output priority left and filter the 235. And bring that over here, which I know is very similar to, it is basically what I had a second ago. But then I want to be able to squeeze another one in here, which I'm not quite going to be able to do. I'm going to want to move all this in a minute. That's going to be annoying, because I'm going to want the boxes down here. And I want any 238 to start off with going here. And this one is going to take both of those, doesn't matter what it is. Now, any 230 blah, 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 you need to work out a way of doing this with the belt being in the right position. I'll have to check it once it gets running. But any, effectively, was it 238 that comes back out? The 2 needs to go this way for reuse, and that needs to be a filter inserter removing it. Well, let's put some power on this for a second. It's not gonna actually do anything right now, because of course it can't actually, it's not actually got enough. And this one I need to pick up and put in there, because it's that bad that you need to put that much in there. So this is going to build up. This technically I need to move down, but I'm not going to worry about it that much for the minute until the box fills up. Then I'll let these fill up as well. Then we'll worry about the rest later on. And you have to make sort of a circuit. So any of the 238 that comes out needs to go back around there. Whereas any of, I think we'll probably go for a blue here actually, just to make sure it grabs enough of them quickly. And any 235 that comes out, i.e. the one extra, which will be also a filter inserter, is going to get taken back out and plonked on the belt here to start off with. So you, sir, are going to filter for 235, and you, sir, are going to filter for 238. So this should put it down, and this will pick it straight back up again. At least, again, for now. Later I would actually do this differently, but for now that's going to be how it's going to go. And this will go around this way and this way. Oh, no, can't do that. Hang on. You can go that way for now, and this will go that way. You go back in this way, and this will plonk it back on the belt. And that should work for now. So when we finally get enough running, and enough to get this running, which we're a long way from yet, it will actually start producing more. And then you need to get the others running. Then you need to get additional ones running. But at the moment, that is how that should work. As I say, I think ultimately I can do a better job with that, and it would be less sort of half-assed, but you know, at the moment it'll be what it'll be. You've only got a very small chance of producing what you need, so while we get on building the rest of this, I want that working, and I'll put those extras down there working as well, because eventually I'm going to need to also be building the fuel setup. I think I might need to reverse these. This one will need to reverse later. One of them will anyway. I can't remember which, to be honest. So this comes down through here once you've got this sorted, and you have a set of ovary, underease, ovary, underease sort of thing, working out these. That one I believe is duff, and this one has to go over for space, something like there. I know that this one says goes, oh god, crap, I can't see what we did. Oh, thank you, construction bots. Can you get rid of all those trees actually? If there's some more bots in there, that'd be very helpful. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this has to come down like this. And now we get these. There you go. And you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a very important number, because you can only get, I think it's like 20 per nuclear plant, and technically we'll be running under cap anyway, because we're only running 2 nuclear plants, and really you need 4 for this to work efficiently, and it to run 20. But then you put that down there, and that should be that. Now to the reason I built substations. As you can see, getting power poles in around some of this would be quite awkward. So you need to be able to put, like, I think it's a substation round about like here. I'm trying to remember now. And the other one is, it goes here. Something like that. I'm going to move that back one more. I think that's fine. We'll go like that. Now, technically speaking, I think that's inside the substation. Just. I don't think you... Can we go one closer? We can. Okay, if we go one closer with that, those are definitely inside that substation, so it's picking up the power from those. Now, again, as we want 20 and we've got 2, we're going to want another row of 20, which goes like that, I want to say. Something seems not quite positioned correctly there. But I want to say it goes there. Something seems not quite right. Let's just pull that up for now and get these positioned right, because I know you can position them like that. So then we'll say yes, that's fine. Yes, that's fine for passing the gas across. I suspect we ought to have something here passing through, like so. Fine, that'll even the fuel out. These, I think I'll put that and that in there. Like I say, at the moment I am just working this out again. It's been a long time since I've done this, so I'm just working it out, and I'll figure out this once we're in a position to get going. Now all of this needs to be under a power system as well, so that should be in a substation which I believe goes round about here. I think that works if I remember rightly. Put the substation round about here somewhere, and one the other side. Now you don't necessarily need the substations here. You can use these, but they don't have so much reach. Because again, the substation you can put, I think it's here, and it just means it makes it easy for powering the inserters. So this is all hooked up. Oh, this is all hooked up with water now, which is what we need. This needs fuel. These are in. So once we get started, or once we have the fuel to get started, we need to have this plugged up. And I'm going to plug it up with plenty of redundancy, if I can, like this. So this is going to have several redundant routes, because there's going to be a lot of power running through here. So I don't want to get cut off for power. But once this gets running, you'll have all of these running. We've got the steam turbines. We've got the heat exchangers. Something is missing right there. Yes, there's a piece missing there, and there's a piece missing there. These have to be complete. So your heat travels along these heat pipes down here. Heats the heat exchangers, which produce your steam, your superheated steam, because the other ones don't quite cut it. Then runs all the way down here. The one thing I can see we're missing, sorry, excuse me again, gonna have to cough. The one thing I can see we're missing is this one is hooked together, which I'm fine with, and that, but I think we need one through, like, I remember rightly, is it there, or put one there and put one here? I feel like all of this should be over one, because I always remember this going like here, and then up here, through here. This is actually in the way. And then you put it here. And we can bring, again, depending on, I'm being careful here because I don't want to end up with the steam pipe and the water pipe connected to each other, because that would be unfortunate. Yeah, that brings the water down to there, and that actually shares the pressure now between the two pumps, which is actually a nice thing to do. You don't have to do it, but it shares the flow between the two pumps, and that means that there's less strain on the system. There you go. Look, that was trying to connect two of the wrong things. Now this, on the other hand, needs to come out, I think, and we need to go actually, and we'll take the substations while we're at it as well, because they're in the right place for this set, and we'll put it there. I think that is right, because I always remember these being up against these, and the less distance the heat has to travel, the more efficient it is. So this is one thing where I am going to care about efficiency. And I have still balls that up because I have, let's do that, and go bots go, grab these bits. I should have given you a storage chest because you are pissing off with all the stuff you're going to have to bring straight back again. But never mind. There you go, come back bots, look, I've changed my mind, quick, put it back. Okay, and with that, I will let this build. Automation has finished. Let's just get the exoskeleton for now without hammering the purple science. Look at it go when we've got all that science available. Hopefully soon this will kick off. This will take a while yet, but I think the next mission is going to be to work on at least getting some of that copper actually over to where it needs to be while this gets kicked off and ready. But that will all have to be next time, because I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe as always, and join us again next time. Thanks a lot.